Overthinking has a very particular rhythm. It doesn't feel chaotic, it feels repetitive. You don't have to confirm it from anyone else because you must ask me. I have a PhD in overthinking. The same thoughts return, slightly altered but essentially the same. You go over and over and over what you said, what you didn't say, what might happen next. And each time it feels like you're getting closer to clarity. But you're not. You're just moving in circles. That's the exhausting part. Not the thinking itself, but the fact that it doesn't lead anywhere new. As a reader, I've noticed something similar. There are books you move through, and then there are books you get stuck inside. You reread the same paragraph, you pause at the same line, not because you're not understanding it, but because something in it is holding you there. Overthinking works like that. You're not stuck because you're not thinking enough, you're stuck because the thought hasn't changed form. It keeps returning in the same structure. This is where writing becomes less about expression and more about transformation. Because the moment you write a thought down, you do something very simple but very important. You take it out of the loop. A thought that stays in your mind has no beginning or end, it just repeats. But on the page, it has a shape, a sentence, a line, punctuation marks, a place where it begins and where it stops. That alone changes your relationship with it. You're no longer inside the thought, you're looking at it. There's a line by Joan Didion that I come back to often. I write entirely to find out what I'm thinking. Writing not to refine it, not to perfect it, to find it. Because thinking and writing aren't the same process. Thinking tends to loop, writing moves. Even if it moves slowly, it creates a sense of direction. As a writer, I've also noticed this. When something is stuck in my head, it feels bigger than it actually is. But the moment I write it down, it becomes more specific, more contained. Sometimes it even looks different than it felt. That's the shift. You don't need to solve the thought, you need to see it clearly enough that it stops repeating in the same way. And writing allows that. Not because it gives you an answer, but because it interrupts the pattern. Instead of thinking the same sentence again and again, you write it once, and then naturally the next sentence changes slightly, and then the next and the next. That's how you move out of the loop. Not by forcing your way out, but by letting the thought evolve. There's also something else that happens when you do this regularly. You start recognizing when you're overthinking, not in hindsight, in the moment. You notice the repetition, the way your mind returns to the same point, and instead of following it again, you pause, you take a page, and you write it down. Not everything, just enough to shift it out of your head. If you think about it, overthinking often comes from a need for control. You're trying to anticipate outcomes, trying to get ahead of something uncertain. But the more you think, the less control you actually feel. Writing doesn't give you control either, but it gives you something else. Distance. And sometimes distance is enough. Enough to breathe, enough to see differently, enough to stop the repetition. So maybe don't ask yourself, how do I stop overthinking? Maybe ask, what is the one thought that keeps repeating that I haven't fully written down yet? Don't summarize it, don't edit it. Just write whatever comes to mind. You don't have to make it sound good, you don't have to make it grammatically correct. Just take a page, write it as it is, and see what happens when it leaves your head and takes a different form. Because sometimes the way out of overthinking isn't think better, it's to write until the thought finally changes.